Welcome to Sex at 11. I'm Rebecca Rosenblat, certified relationship and sexuality therapist and your host, here to answer your oh so intimate questions about love and lust. Are you stuck in a relationship dilemma? Do you need help with creating some magic between the sheets? Are you having issues with your body, libido, desire, or orientation? Do you suspect that your partner might be cheating? Whatever your questions, concerns, or needs, we're here to help and to teach you how to make it smoking hot. From mild to wild, nothing's off limits. So, I'm really putting my neck on the line here, but I got to ask, I'm feeling some chemistry here. Are you feeling the same thing? And if he says that and he hasn't asked you out, you can say, well, don't you think we should find out if this is for real or not? Do you think you'd be comfortable with that, Josie?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't sound sure. You don't sound sure, but you know what, Josie?
Well,
just kind of flirt. Put it out there. And if he says, well, I don't know, say, well, don't you think you'd like to know? Don't you think we should find out? And you can just play a game and maybe, say, okay, if you're always with a group of people, you can say, well, maybe we should sort of take off a little bit. Just the two of us want to grab a drink or want to grab a coffee, depending upon the time of the day, and just kind of playfully put it out there. And once you put it out there, then you really do have to wait for him. Things to look out for in the body language are the direction that his shoulders point to. That's his biggest point of interest. So sometimes, guys, they're looking at you, their eyes might wander, but if his shoulders are towards you, that's his biggest point of interest. Other times, guys are like this, they're looking at you, but they're interested. So whenever he's talking to you or he's around, see which direction his shoulders are pointing to. One girl, a guy was staring at her in a subway. She didn't even know the guy. He got off and it was staring back and forth. He got off. She got after him. She says, were you looking at me? And he goes, no. She says, why not? Am I not pretty? And he goes, yes, you're pretty. She says, pretty enough to take me for coffee. So if she can do it to a total stranger, Josie, you got to do it. You know this guy, okay? Good luck to you, girl. I hope it goes well.
I always wanted from her, always. And sometimes I feel like, sometimes she's very sexual and she wants she wants it too, but not as much as me. Like, I just want it all the time. So I don't know if I can do things more to make her more in the mood, or am I doing something wrong? Do I want it too much? Is there something wrong with me? Like, am I a horn dog or something? Like, what? I have no idea, right?
How often do you want it, Chris? All the time?
Oh, yeah. Like, she's just so hot and sexy for me. I want it all the time. Every time it's
Well, you know what? People have different appetites, and it just sounds like you have a higher appetite than her. There's nothing wrong with you. We're on a bell curve. Some of us don't want it very much. Most of us want it 2 to 3 times a week, and some of us want it all the time. So it sounds like you're in the wanting it all the time. Where would you put her? Like, how often would she like it?
Oh, man, how often would she? I don't know. It happens
daily, every other day.
No, every day.
Every day. Okay.
Every night, every day. Like when we have our time together and we're alone and we can. It's like I want it, and she will sometimes want it, but sometimes I feel like she doesn't, and she'll do it just to please me.
Okay. Well, 2 things. Obviously, you can't want it the exact same time, but if she is having sex with you on a daily basis, you're doing pretty good here. When she doesn't want to, if she's having it, I would accept that as a gift. Unless she feels forced or put upon, then that's not cool. Now, would you be okay with every now and again some self-loving, taking care of yourself, so that a little bit pressure is off for Chris?
Oh, I don't know. It feels so good.
It's not the same.
It's like,
Of course,
not the same.
Of course, it's not the same by any measure. But if you feel that way, the other thing you could also do is you could say, you know what can I do for you? Tell me what can I do for you, and try to find out more about what she digs. I'm still not saying that she's going to want to do it all the time, but maybe she can look forward to a few more things. I want you to journal your feelings. What led up to it? What did it trigger inside you? How did you feel afterwards? And once you have a pattern, Joy, I want you to call me back, or I want you to write me, and then we'll be able to pick out what exactly is going on. You said this person is abusive to you?
Yes, he is, like, abusively, like physically and emotionally and verbally.
Adriana, what are you doing there, honey?
I don't know. I've been cut off from everything I've known since it's been 2 years I've been with him right now, right?
You can't be there. It sounds very, very classic, because usually what abusers, they do is they want to control you. One of the first things they do is they cut you off from everyone else. So you have no support system, friends, family, clergy, any people you hang out with, they cut you off from everyone. And once they've done that, then they know that you're kind of stuck with them, but you never are. But that's what it feels like. And he's being physically abusive, emotionally abusive. He's been verbally, everything he's doing is so, so wrong. It's almost like an open and shut case. And I ask you again, why are you still with him, honey?
I don't know.
I know that we fall in love, and of course we don't fall in love with someone who we think is going to mistreat us and abuse us. That's not the idea, otherwise we wouldn't be there. But we get in so deep, and it's the slippery slope, bit by bit, bit by bit. They take away our self-esteem, they eat away at us, and before we know it, we start to believe what they're saying, and we become stuck, which is where you are at, Adrian. You're stuck in a situation that's horrible for you. Let me ask you something. Step outside of you for a second, Adrian. If this was your best friend in this situation, honey, what would you say to her?
I would tell her to leave him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to be your friend, and I want to say to you that you cannot be in this relationship. Honey, you got to get out. I'm sorry. There's nothing else you can do. You have to get out. And I want you to get out as soon as possible. If for some reason you feel you can't do it right away, and I hope you can do it right away, that's my wish for you. I'm begging you. If for some reason you can't feel it, I want you to pack a bag with, change of clothing, all the important papers, some cash, leave it with a neighbor, or just hide it someplace where he's not going to find it. So if you have to run just like that without a moment's notice, you are able to run, and you're not sitting there trying to gather up things where he could hit you, he could strike you. So Adriana, I am begging you. You said to me that you listened to me. Please, I beg you, listen to me tonight. I want you to go to my website, drdate.com. It's DRDAT, no period.com. There's a free download in the article section on abuse. I really want you to look at that, and it has a lot of things listed. It has a lot of resources, people that you can contact.